and the event begins. Thank you so much today for coming to the GCS Info Session. And I think everyone's ready? That's everyone. Nice. We're going to get started now.
There's one more guys.
All right, I guess we're going to get started now. That's the next one. Oh, it is. Hello, we're the Game Creation Society here at CMU. And as our name suggests, we make games. So, to give you guys a very high-level overview of what we do. So we make games and we welcome people of all levels to join us. So before we actually get started, I'm wondering who have made a game before? Wow, nice. Who here are programmers? Who here are artists? Yeah. Who here are story designers, writers? Nice. That's a couple. Cool. Who here are 3D modelers? Yeah. Wow. What? 3D modelers. 3D modelers. Wow. Who here are musicians? Nice. That's so cool. Yeah. Who here are game designers? Come on, raise your hands. You all are game designer right now. Yeah. Cool. Who here knows nothing about game design, game development, just want to check it anyways? Yeah. No worries, like when I first joined the club 3 years ago, I knew nothing about the game development, and now I'm the president. That even means I learned a lot in the past 3 years. All we have is this functional democratic system. Alright. Yay. Anyways, we welcome people of all skill levels to join us. So either you're completely new or you have made a couple of games already, we are here to help you, and we are here to make games. So usually how our club works is that every Friday night, from 6 to 7 p.m., we should have updated that, it's 5 to 6 p.m., we're going to have our general body meetings. This is where we have some of the club events, and this meeting is optional, but we highly encourage you to join. However, the more important meeting we have is in the Sunday afternoon, from 2 to 6 p.m. This is our work session. And as the name suggests, this is where we come together as a club to work on games. And each semester we run about 5 to 7 games. And so you got to choose which game you want to be on, and then work on that game during the work session in the Sunday afternoon. Moreover, we have some other fun events. So for the people who will be for beginners, we have tutorials ready for you. We're going to have our tutorial the day after pitch fair. I shouldn't go ahead of myself. But essentially, we have a tutorial for Unity on Unreal Engine for you to learn how to use it. We also have different guest speakers coming in from time to time. And those events are usually happening Friday night. So in the last semester, we had Epic Games and Shadow Games coming here. And this semester, we have a very special guest, which I will review later. And then moreover, we also participate in game jams. So for those who don't know, game jams are essentially hackathons for video games. And in past years, we usually participate in the global game jam. And this semester, we're going to do the Halloween game jam. And also, we hold all kinds of recruitment events if you want to get into the game industry after you graduated. So in the past, we have a resume book that we send out to different companies. So you can submit your resume to us, and we'll just send it to them. And also, we have industry talks from time to time in these companies. And moreover, please join our Discord, our mailing list, or follow us on Facebook. We send reminders every week so that you know what's happening this week. Cool. And then, let's introduce the GCS officers. So, I guess I'm the first one. No, switch controller doesn't work. Yeah. Hi, I'm Sebastian Young. This is switch controller. I'm not a good clicker.
Is it ripped, you know?
Oh wait, I think it's not. Because this is delayed because I pressed and then it shows up. Yeah. Alright, I'm Sebastian Young. I'm the president of this club. And then I'm a senior student here at CMU. I study information systems with a minor in game design and a dual degree in statistics and machine learning with a minor in business administration. And I'm actually graduating this semester, which means we're going to have an election this semester. So if you guys are interested in becoming execs, be sure to look out for the election. And these are some of the past games I've worked on and some companies I've worked with. And that's pretty much it. And also I really enjoy making VR games. And so if you're interested in VR, talk to me. And the next one is Ruby, but does it work? It works. Oh crap.
formatting's back. Okay. Hello, I'm Woody. I'm the vice president. I also like to make games. These are some of the games I've made or places I've worked at. I am a programmer, CS senior with a minor in game design. I really like roguelike games. We made one last semester and we'll probably make another one at some point. That's me. Nice.
Hello. I'm the director of The name is Matthew Komar. I am a junior and I am a student-defined major. I call it immersive engineering. It's about virtual reality and augmented reality, so I know more about VR and AR than he does, I think. At least I'm supposed to. So if you want to talk about VR and AR, come to me as well. I've worked on a couple games here. They're usually in a Unreal Engine and they all have 3D models in them. I made one called Food Fight. It has food that you fight.
Hello everyone, I'm David. I have a double major in business and computer science, and I'm currently the treasurer of the club, which means that I'm supposed to buy everyone pizza for events, but then because it's COVID, there's no more pizza. So then I'll be buying snacks whenever I can and whenever the school regulation allows. Yep, I've also made a few games in GCS in the past, and this year I will be hosting game fights, which would be mostly for the end of this game.
I am Joyce. I'm currently the PR chair of Game Creation Society. I am a junior in the BCSA program. I like 3D modeling. I like Guilty Gear, obviously. Please play with me. What?
Do you fear the Totsugeki?
What?
Totsugeki, man!
Totsugeki, yes.
Yes.
Sorry, this has got a lot more awkward than Totsugeki stuff, but yeah, that's me. If you like I make 3D models, I also make a bunch of games. Talk to me if you're interested in it.
Hello, my name is Jonathan. I'm the Chief of Operations, making me this club's only C-level executive. On the left, the games I made. In the middle are a bunch of music albums I've written for games here. There's way too many of them. I think I'm even missing one. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So every semester we'll hold a teacher design contest, and yeah, we have our GCS shirts. So I think in past semester we will hold a formal contest and have deadlines and stuff, and we usually don't have a lot of submissions. So for this semester, if you think you have an awesome design that is Game Creation Society related, that has Game Creation Society's name on it, and you want us to print it on a t-shirt, just send it to us. And if we like it, we're going to do it. Sounds good? Cool. Yeah. And let's just look at how we make games. So at Game Creation Society, we want to mimic the professional game development experience. So by joining us, we're going to pack an entire game into one semester. You're going to go through the pitching a game to alpha to beta and to finally releasing the game and publishing the game. So let's look at the entire process step by step. So first of all, pitch idea. You have a game idea. And that game idea shouldn't just be what the game is like. It should also involve how do you want to schedule, what is the schedule of the game, how many people do you need for the game, and also, yeah, just like what tag do you need for the game, and all the other considerations that needs to actually make a game. But it's important to know that anyone over here can pitch a game. So, yeah. And then, please note that video games are hard to make. So you only have 12 weeks to actually make the game. And you have a lot of homework. And I'm sure you always see new students, you have like overload like 6 units or something, right? Or am I the only one? And you have a lot of other stuff. You need to learn how to make games or teach other people how to make games. And you have to coordinate within your team. And then it's all a range. And please note that GTA 5 use like more than 1,000 people and multiple years to make. So you don't come to us and say, hey Sebastian, I want to make GTA 6. That's not going to work. So you only have 5 to 15 people tops. So think in that constraint.
won't work because we don't have the IP, but otherwise you can try.
What? Yeah. So we always say that one good level is way better than 5 bad levels. So we highly encourage you to. What? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we always encourage you to under-promise and over-deliver. So just focus on polish in one level is better than 5 poor levels. And these are some of the games that we think are within scope. So you should look to make games that are similar to this scope. And if you do want to pitch an over-scoped project, sure. But we would highly encourage you to think of an MVP in case you couldn't make an entire game. All right. Now here's the pitch process. If you want to pitch a game, you need to submit your pitch to us before September 8th, and that's next Wednesday. And then we'll set up a pre-pitch meeting with you to hear your pitch and think whether the game is doable or not. And that will be happening next Thursday. And then we'll usually select around 5, 7 tops maybe pitches to be presented in the pitch fair. And then for those who want to take a picture, these are like important dates if you want to pitch a game. And then it's the pitch fair. The pitch fair is like the most important event for our club. So it's happening on Friday, next Friday, at the same room over here, from 5 o'clock to 6:30. And in the pitch fair, we want to give you free food, but we cannot, so we're going to display virtual pizzas for you. So if you are pitching a game in the pitch fair, this is the time where you're going to stand here and present your idea to the rest of the groups. And if you are not pitching a game, then this is the time for you to see all the pitches that's happening and decide which team you want to join. And if you're just curious and are not sure whether you want to join a team and make a game or not, it's also just fun to just show up and see what's happening. Cool. So again, this is the #1 most important event in our club. So be sure to mark your calendar next Friday, 5 o'clock, this room. All right. Oops, I just spoiled the phone. We are partnering up with a very special studio this semester. Do you want to take a guess which studio it is?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No idea.
No idea. We are working with Rockstar this semester.
Right.
And they are going to be our keynote speaker at Pitch Fair. So if you want to hear from, I think a director at Rockstar who has been a senior producer for the last 13 years is going to come join us, and he will present here a keynote speech. So if you guys are interested, definitely show up at Pitch Fair. And moreover, we plan to have further collaboration with Rockstar Games further into the semester. So we're likely going to host a workshop with them, but that has not been confirmed yet. We will send out more information as we are confirming events.
Could you show the pitch fair date just one more time?
Sure, it's next Friday. Cool. And take a picture. Should I do a pose now? Alrighty. Rockstar. So after the pitch fair, we're going to assemble you into different teams. And this is the time, if you're the leader, if you are the lead of the team, it's the time for you to educate your team, to make sure everyone within your team is on the same page. And that involves making sure what engine you are using, how do you do version control with GitHub or anything else. And also you need to define what is the art direction, what is the writing style, and also what are the pillars of the game that you're trying to make. So it's very important, especially for the pillars of the game, to be defined in the very beginning of your project, but also going to cause a lot of trouble. Just make sure everyone is on the same page in your team. And then that brings us to the tutorial we mentioned. So the tutorial is going to happen. It's going to happen the day after the pitch fair on Saturday, and we're going to have Unreal and Unity tutorial. So Unity is going to happen from 5 to 6:30, and then Unreal is going to happen from 6:30 to 8. You're welcome to attend both if you want to stay for 3 hours, or else you can just attend one of them. So please note that this event, this tutorial is completely safe for people who are not programmers and for people who have never touched a game engine before, because we're pretending you have never used a game engine and teach you from there. Go ahead.
Has any team ever not used an engine and written it from scratch?
Yes, back in the day when we were founded. That's all we did.
So you don't do that anymore?
Sorry, what?
Still do that?
If we pitch it, we could.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Does anybody use Godot engine or just anything using it?
Anyone? I think mostly we use Unity on Unreal, but yeah. But you're welcome to pitch a game with PowerPoint if you want. I mean, we are not constrained by game engines. Yeah. Yeah. All right, go ahead. I think most computer work, especially, I think Mac also work. Macs have very good Unity support. Yeah. So unless you're using like a 20-year-old computer, you'll be fine. Yeah.
How should I choose these two platforms?
How do you choose Unity versus Unreal Engine, right? That's a good question. We are debating within our talk. So I think it's mostly a personal preference. Like I personally use Unity more often, but like Matthew use Unreal more often.
What if you never use both?
If you never use both, I would recommend using Unity, and Matthew would recommend using Unreal.
Too bad.
Yeah, but I think Unreal Engine has the benefit that you don't have to learn programming syntax. You can just drag and drop different boxes. But for Unity, I think the syntax is pretty easy to learn. This is why I prefer it. But it's really just a personal preference. You'll be fine choosing easier engine. Yeah.
Unreal is faster to make something like moving, so you won't really spend a lot more time programming, and you'll have something that'll look pretty good out of the box. Whereas Unity, you need to have a little bit more work, but it's possible, and it has been done many, many times. And there's a lot of third-party plugins for Unity that don't exist in Unreal. So it's a balance.
I was gonna say they also apply to Unity, but yeah. All right. Any other questions? Everybody still have a hand. Nope. All right. All right. Go ahead.
How often do like games not get completed within the semester?
Yeah. That did happen from time to time, but usually I would say it happens very seldom because we try to scope the game well so that it can be completed. And that's why if you are a team lead, every week, every Sunday afternoon during our work session, you're going to show up like 30 minutes early because we're going to have a team lead stand-up meeting to make sure all the teams are in good condition. Yeah.
I have a follow-up question to that. How often does like the team disband like halfway through the project?
Just explode. Yeah, I personally don't require any. I never experienced that. Yeah. I mean, if you want to be the first, then
You start pressing.
Also, I think you raised your hand first, right?
Yeah, if you don't really know a game engine, is it equally as difficult to use a game engine and try to write one yourself?
It's way harder to write one yourself.
Yeah.
It depends on how talented of a programmer are you.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to pitch a game that just writes game engine, be my guest. Like, go ahead. I'm going to stop you. Yeah. Yeah.
Another question. Has anyone ever made any like games that could be fun?
What did you say?
Command line.
Command line games? Command line games.
Like when you even run from the command line.
What? I think
there's like active graphics or
yeah.
Like Nancy.
I don't recall. We do have a game that looks like a command line. So essentially, it's a game that's a command line, but it's not a game that runs in command line. But if you want to pitch it, it's definitely fine. Yeah. Again, we don't constrain the pitches based on the game engines. We really constrain it based on like the scope. All right.
Yeah. What if I want to pitch a game, but I have no idea like how to program one? Is that so?
Yeah. So that would totally work because if you fill out the pitch form, there's actually an option that says, do you want to find another producer or not? So if you select that option, then we're going to try to find. You can just pitch the idea and then say, if anybody here wants to lead the game, come join us. Yeah. That's fine. All right. I remember there's a hand here. Is there? No? You guys.
Where will the tutorials? Are they here also?
Yeah, so we haven't reserved the room yet, but it's likely going to happen here. Yeah, but we're going to send out more. So be sure to subscribe to our mailing list and our Discord. We're going to send out more information over there. Yeah.
So no use drag and drop nodes, right?
Yeah, there's like graphical programming. You can just drag and drop. But if you take it 112, then you'll be fine using Unity. Yeah. Right. Any other questions? If not, then I'm going to continue. So after your team learned how to use a game engine and you have an idea and everyone's on the same page, it's time for you to actually make the game. So your team is going to spend the next few weeks afterwards just trying to put the game together. And please note that, again, we have our work session on Sunday afternoon. So we highly recommend you to join us because the more experienced folks, all the officers are going to be there. So if you do run into any difficulties, we're going to help you to resolve those problems during the work session. And also other teams are also going to be present, so you can also meet with other people. And then it's our alpha. Alpha is 1/3 to the semester, so it's happening on October the 1st, and that's 3 weeks after the pitch fair. So after pitch fair, you have 3 weeks to come out with the alpha version. Please note that we do not require a gameplay demo during alpha, but we highly encourage you to have one. So the idea of alpha is just to show off the assets you have made so far, the designs you have, and some of the prototypes you have. If you have a playable prototype, that would be the best. If not, that's also totally fine. But alpha is a pretty big event, so please be prepared. It's coming sooner than you think. And then, playtest demo. So you have a demo now. After alpha, you should have a demo now. Then you need to play test it. So we really highly recommend you to keep iterating on whatever you have and try to improve it and get feedback from other people. So we're going to have there are 2 places you can play test your game. First is during the work session on Sunday afternoon. You can just grab any officers and say, hey, play test my game, and we'll be like, yeah, I'm going to play it. Alternatively, we'll be hosting playtest night on Tuesday night. So the date and time has not been decided yet because this is in collaboration with the ETC and the ideas on the Hunt library. So we're going to work together with them to hold the playtest night. So in addition to GCS games, there will also be other games made by like the idea classes and also the ETC, the Entertainment Technology Center, which is the master program for video games. They also going to be there and playtest their games. So if you want to join those events, that will also be awesome. Yeah, and just kept iterating. Fix the bugs. That's a feature. Do not insult my game. And then beta. Beta is happening 2/3 through the semester. And this is the time that you have to show off your playable demo. If you don't have one now, you're in big trouble. So it's happening on October 29th. So that's 4 weeks after alpha. You have 4 weeks after alpha to reach beta. And then essentially you'll just be showing off your progress since alpha and do have a playable demo to show everyone else. And ideally you will be like playing the game live, but if not, the video should also be fine because we know that every time you want to show something live, it breaks. So keep fixing those bugs. And then again, improve your demo. After beta, you have 3 weeks to pre-release. And this is also a time for you to really improve your demo, to get more feedback about your game, about what is the fun part of the game, and what part is not fun, and really try to improve the fun part and mitigate the unfun part. No. Works. Yeah, and also this is the time during the semester where everything starts falling apart. You will have your final exam coming up, your project's doing, and also you have like Thanksgiving breaks, you want to relax, you don't want to work anymore. So we highly encourage you to plan these last time into your schedule when you're trying to planning for the game. And just as a general advice for life, not just for games, it's always a good idea to plan your calendar at around like 80% capacity. So don't plan your calendar at 100%, or else if something breaks, everything breaks. We try to do it at 80%. And as I also over here, we said that remember to plan these last time into your schedule when you're planning the schedule. And then lastly, is our release. During the release, you're going to show off the work you have done so far. So the release is happening in the last week of class. And I think it's happening December the 3rd. And we're going to have free food, question mark. And then we're going to we're also going to bring out GCS Arcade. So we do have our arcade cabinets. And unfortunately, we cannot bring it over here today because CMU locked us out. And so we're going to try to bring it to you guys in the final release. And there will be a lot of companies, professors, and students from all over the campus coming to join us and play your game. So yeah, this is the biggest event after Pitch Fair. We will show off the work we have done so far. And then finally, as the last event, everybody will vote for their favorite games. And then we're going to have a People's Choice Award given to that game. And one more thing, we do not run games with the primary intent to profit. So if you came to us and say, hey Sebastian, I want to make a casino game for kids. No, that's Fortnite. Anyway, we do not run games with the primary intent to profit. So we highly encourage you to think about the games you make here as your portfolio pieces or just artistic statements you want to make. However, you could publish your game for free in any major channels. under an individual license and with your teammates' approval. Sounds good? Yep. And do not engage CMU or GCS in any legal contract, or else you'll get a seriously worded email from CMU Legal. So yeah, just don't consider making money as your primary intent. And just as an overview, this is our calendar for this semester. Again, info session is happening today, and then next week is our pitch fair. And then the week after, and then 3 weeks afterwards is our alpha. And then 4 weeks after that is our beta. And then from beta to release, there's like a pre-release between that. So essentially pre-release is when we try to, you need to have a functional, playable, fully built game for pre-release. And then you have to spend the last 2 weeks fixing bugs and doing the final polish. So yeah, any questions about the schedule or anything?
So there will be 2 flavor each school year? There will be another flavor next semester? No, like pitch fair?
Yeah, so pitch fair is semester based. So every semester we're going to run 5 different games. And that games will only be contained within the semester. And then next semester will be a set of new games and new people pitching. Okay. Any questions? Yeah, go ahead.
Why do we have restriction from commercial?
It's mostly because if we don't have this restriction, people just want to make games and make money. And it's okay if you want to make games that just profit, but it's not what our club is about. We're about making games that are fun to play and that really express what we want to make. So that's why we don't want to make games that has the primary intent profit. However, if you happen to make the next Undertale and you want to sell it, it is your individual property. We can't stop that, but we will not run games if you come to us and say, we just want to make money. Any questions? No? All right. Oof. Lesson learned. Do not use the Switch controller as clicker. Also, these information are also displayed in the Discord channel. So if you go to Discord, there is a channel called hash information, and this is these days will be displayed over there. And I think my Joy-Con just died. I'm gonna use my hands. Alright, so we also have other fun activity we do as a club. So we have professional, we have different industry talks happening throughout the semester. So in the past, we have these companies coming over. And this semester we'll be primarily working with Rockstar to do our industry talks and events. And also if you want to add your resume to our resume book, we have a link in the Discord channel for you to submit. And also we have game nights. And as the name suggests, it's just a time for you to play games. We play games as a club and just get to know each other. Moreover, last semester we had this new event called Bring Your Own Game Night. So in Bring Your Own Game Night, it's not just playing games anymore. You need to prepare a game that you really like. And you're going to give a presentation for 5 to 10 minutes about why you like the game. You can analyze the game from different perspectives, from game design to technical to art to story, and just analyze the game and show all the other members why they like that game. It will be a fun event where you can learn from each other and just enjoy different games. Wow, still 2. Also, this semester we are doing Halloween Jam. So then the dates are not being defined yet because we are working with Big Bridge to define that. And next semester we're going to have the Global Game Jam. So if you just want to have a low commitment event to make games, Game Jam will be the place to go. And as a club, we strive to be at the most cutting edge of game development. So we also have different new initiatives we are rolling out this semester and last semester. So the first is GCS LinkedIn. So we want to be more connected with industry folks. So for those of you who want to actually go into the game industry, this will be a very good chance to show off your work. So you can submit your work. It can be art pieces or music or gameplay videos in the GCS LinkedIn channel. So in our Discord channel, we have a LinkedIn feature channel. That's where you can submit your work. And then we're going to post that in our GCS LinkedIn page so that folks in the industry can also look at it. Our ideal use case is that some senior artists in some company saw our GCS LinkedIn page and say, "Oh, that's a really nice art. I want to hire these people," and they reach out to you to hire you. But that's the ideal use case.
What's the CSGO logo?
Yeah, what's CS logo?
Oh,
CSGO? That's a background image. Ignore that. Alright, and then this semester we're also rolling out a developers fund. So as the name suggests, it's a pot of money for you to use. And the developers fund is to help GCS members who are making GCS games to get the assets and tutorials and books they need. So if you need to purchase, say, like a 3D asset pack, and then you can submit an application in the developers fund form, which you can find in the Discord channel. If you go to hash information and scroll up a bit, you will be able to see all these links. And the only caveat is when I say caveat, I see a lot of heads opened up. The only caveat is that any assets we purchase will belong to the club, and you can only use them in GCS games. And we will also share that asset with other members of the club. Which brings us to the next initiative, GCS Library. So the GCS Library is where you can borrow assets that we have purchased as a club. And it's pretty straightforward. It's a form that we're going to roll out because pretty soon that you can fill out and get assets. You can also see all the assets we have so far. And lastly, we're also doing VR this semester. We actually just purchased a new VR headset, Oculus Quest 2, last semester. And we are continuing to save money to buy more headsets. So if you want to pitch a VR game, that's totally fine. And then this headset will be available for all to use during the work session on Sunday afternoon. I think the next slide is talking about Unreal Studio. Yes. So this semester we're also previous year. For this semester, we are also going on new Studio teaching Unreal Engine. And this Studio is already at capacity. So
actually, we're not entirely at capacity. We have room now.
You do?
Yeah.
Or do you want to talk about it? You made the slides.
Go back to the slide.
Okay.
We're gonna do the whole thing from the start.
Alright, I'm going to end the stage to Joyce and Matthew.
Are you not
I was going to wait for your part.
Alright. Do you want to make cool models in Maya, learn how to rig and animate, make things shiny, /menacing, /tentacle-like, and hear about Guilty Gear 50 times a week?
Or perhaps you want to learn about Unreal Engine. Make a kick-ass shooter. Make things that want to kill you. And make food go splat.
Any of those questions?
Then that means you should join Great Ideas in Practical Game Dev, 98-166.
AKA Foof Night, yay! Yeah, I guess we can elaborate a little more on it. But pretty much this is a Stuco that is split into 2 tracks. Some of you are already in it. So you know that there's, okay. Stuco is split into 2 tracks. One track taught basically 3D modeling to animation, to how to get your asset in game, the whole 3D art pipeline by me, and the other by Matthew. And we'll be having alternating lectures, and you will basically be making a first-person shooter that is food themed under our guidance. If you're interested in the class, you can still sign up for it on SIO, I believe, and feel free to show up to our next lecture, which is happening on Tuesday.
At 7 p.m.
Yeah, you can see more information on the class. If you're interested, come just show up, check it out. If you like it, if you don't like it, you can stay during the lecture and talk more about it. Yeah.
Random as question.
What's the course number again?
98-166.
Thank you.
Yeah. Questions, I guess.
Yes.
Did you already have your first session?
We had the first session, but it was like syllabus stuff and an icebreaker.
Okay.
Cool. And for those who don't know what the Stuco is, it's a season taught courses they can register and get credit for. And again, if you're not on our mailing list, please do add yourself to our mailing list. And you can find all the links in the hash information channel in our Discord server. And there are other ways to connect with us. So if you go to our website over here, at gamecreation.org/contact, you will be able to get the links to all these different social media we have. And we're going to post announcement about different events we are hosting on Discord as well as our email mailing list. We're gonna have
Can
a
I ask
nice
some
review.
last minute question? Yeah,
Sure.
do you guys mind showing us like some games that you
Yeah.
guys made so like we know like the scope that you are
Yeah, or like what
talking
type
about?
of what type
Yeah.
of games we're looking at. Watching all these high schoolers. Says Mario copy. Pokemon Chill is great. I like Zelda and Chill though. Zelda Chill is
Yeah, so if you visit our website, you'll be able to download all the games we have made in the past. And it's not loading because I'm bad at it. Alright, so it's loading now. So all these games will be downloadable and you'll have like a zip file, like an executable file you can download and just play. So yeah, check out. If you just search Game Creation Society in your search engine, you'll be able to get to our website. It's the first one. We
This
did
goes
very
all the way back to the first game we ever made.
Yeah.
Back in 2004.
yes. Yeah, so just check it out if you want. And then we're going to do a fun icebreaker. Those ones instead. Alright, so you're all here to make games, right? So for our next event, we're going to give each of you a prompt. And then you're going to come out with the person next to you to come up with an idea in 10 minutes. Come up with a game idea in 10 minutes.
I guess we just grab a stack and
Yeah, I think we can give each people take one prompt.
pass it around.
Oh no, people are wait, there's nothing.
Let's do this the session.
Alright, do you guys want to play?
Yeah,
okay. Alright.
Is it the same session you did at the
Oh, this is great. Oh, this is great. Yep. Oh, I like this.
I guess I want to be at 7, so like I could
Yeah, so you can definitely join me. We're actually doing another home game this semester. Should be quite so we're going to teach you like the basics of how to use the how to play. Oh, I said the course is like the retreat. So it's like the orange. I don't think we did that because like yeah, we will have to do something. Yeah, actually. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah. It's like anyone who's fish reel. So it's fish reel and fish reel games. Yeah, just go to fish reel.
I have a question about
I think that course is like ICT so much. Oh, nice. So you can just show up in that course. So Studio are different from the game training. It's like a separate thing. Yeah. Yeah, so I think like Sunday afternoon is like the work session. Yeah. Work session we make games and you can ask questions about how to use them.
What did you hear as well? Because that's what happens to most people. Okay. Alright. Hello. Oh yeah, great.
I'm Emily. Hello, did you come? Oh wait, that's it. My friend
Are you staying? We've been trying to reach a bunch of cards in a warranty. I think this one's done.
That was pretty good. We've been trying to reach out to our How about it's like I feel like I feel like this is something on New York City. What if it's like spirit about trying to reach you and you're in New York City and you're trying to run away from them in New York City?
It just be a time passage of day one. We've been trying to reach you with car extended warranty.
they keep calling.
You keep calling, you keep paying
And
up.
then eventually it gets worse, and they try knocking on your door, and you have to escape.
Yeah, it's like you've been like you are in a room and then it just changes after every time you have to wake up and get a call. That'd be really cool.
Like the time loop. Oh, like the time loop. Like,
Yeah, like
like Groundhog
it can be either, yeah, it can be that, yeah. There was a recent game that came out similar to it's on top. It's called, was it 12 minutes or something? It's like all this guy keeping time loop and keeping time loop for like some reason. I watched yeah, it's very interesting.
So you get through like
That was 15 minutes. Something about time. It's really, yeah, well, it could be something like that. I mean, if it's time loop game, it should be all three to get enough. So it's really not that. Because,
Post mistake. First, for post mistake. Thank you. Yes, I will.
I got.
Alright, I'm gonna start a timer of 10 minutes. So you're gonna come up with a game idea based on any of the prompts you got in the 10 minutes. Sounds good? Sounds good? Alright.
Mine is don't ask me about the wrong mark of my board.
we've been trying to reach you about your car extended warranty. So it's a very common scam, like I guess scam, like yeah, for basic phone calls. So and
No, my name is David, so like BAE and
that's right.
Is anyone from CSA? Architecture.
I'm art.
What most arms do you do? They seem to be better.
Fine arts, drawing, painting. I'm interested in game now, so I can make art for games.
Isn't there like the electronics media and electronics?
Oh, that's just like a concentration, but yeah, I'm interested in how
It's literally called 12 minutes.
12 minutes. Oh.
So what are you talking about? Like since we have these prompts, especially this one's very common. So I think about like the whole like time loop game where you can have like you will be like staying in the room like in New York City, and you'll be like you're kind of like a man that's like kind of like down like very in the down the life, you know, he's struggling and everything, and then he just keep getting a call about we've been trying to reach you about the extended warranty.
Yeah. And then it gets.
It probably is like the day gets worse and worse until he somehow dies.
What? No.
No. Then it's gonna restart, right? No, because that's what time looks like. Either or like the end. We can have that.
Or maybe you have the pressing thing.
No, it could be like he ends until he do something different to make it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, yeah. So it'll be like he'll be having like series of events of like bad things happen to him in the game, and then you have to control the player have to keep making him make different decisions by charging the game.
How about like what about that one?
No, this until he gets that. Like he gets called in the morning until he exits out of the loop.
Oh, the GCS Info.
So
I don't think that has to do anything with since this one's in New York City.
Or maybe like each time that he sets, it can be like a different person in New York.
That could also work. But that one's like that would be more like kind of a like Tarantino movie. It's like you have to connect the dots together somehow.
What if like it's a certain group of 5 different people and they somehow
Maybe it's like a detective game.
What?
You have to figure out like who's always. So then.
But I like the idea of like different people, so you get experience different people's stories.
Yeah, and then
I'm getting scared by cardboard.
But I like the idea that they're all like going through shit and like you have to help them get it.
Yeah, that's how you just have this open like
I would like to suggest an idea. So like, I thought of like my own prompt, and like what I thought of is like, you have a big brown, you have a big brown mark, and like, as you walk across the street, like people are asking you about this mark, and like they want to ask you about it, then like you have to like intercept with some dialogue option that successfully reverse that. I don't know. I feel like it can be somewhat integral to the idea that you're using.
That was like in one room. It's like one day. But I like the idea like you can use dialogue to have different
Mental health.
yeah. Oh, you're thinking about that.
Yeah, I was thinking of that.
Yeah. I really was more entertaining the guy was like breathing. He was just still. He was like cutting his cat. Yeah, so do you want a title? Oh, hour, 6 minutes. Wow.
So what is a so how would it so be a
like a story based
no, it would be like more of a visual novel or slash like interactive novel or like RPG that you play about play through what is 5.
I know when you do the phone call, you can like use your dialogue.
Yeah. And then they're all
Their life.
it's about their lives. Yeah.
And then it's also about like the scammer's life.
The scammer's life?
Are they gonna get another? Their lives are probably sucking too because they have to.
No, we could have won them. We could have won them and be the scammer.
Yeah.
And then that would be the last person, and we could show how they like and you can have like so they'll be open now with like getting a scam.
What did you?
Yeah, and it ends with the person hanging up on her.
You're playing as a scammer, and then you have to try to cure them.
What? No.
What? I don't think that's a bit positive.
Yeah, what about we hear the scammer?
What about instead of scam, instead of asking about extended warranty, ask how your day is.
Oh wait, I think it's going to
No, I think it's just would know about the 5 people, including the scammer, about like what they're going through and like and how they, I guess.
They take place within one room, and then there's different others, and everyone is around it.
Yeah, it would be like about like the story that they go through. Just presenting with like, I think we will have time limits. Like, do we assume that the story is going to continue like within the?
Yeah.
So it could be like during the. No. I'm just saying that we can do what can is that it can be like we can like have the call can continue, and then like the story can present itself with like people talking and the scammer. Maybe some people like that could be a way to do it.
And it's one scammer and
and then it ends with the scammer, and then we change to the next one.
Yeah. Okay.
So it would be a 4 phone calls and 1 person that. Yeah, I was thinking if we want to do more of a team of like I think that'll be more interesting. Also, we make the scale a little more. Not really. Yeah, I guess.
Wait, no, so I feel like.
Can we get an overview of that?
So it will be mostly about it's an interactive like visual novel about I guess centered around
in New York City, and they're one of them are the ones that are being scammed, and every day they get the call saying they're trying to reach you about your car extended warranty, and the dialogue is huge. It depends like little outbursts, and then once the person hangs up, it switches over to the other.
Yeah, I'll
like 5 days or 4 days, because one of them is scammed.
Yeah, we can include the scammers.
So for other on one scammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good number. So you would have 4, maybe 4 phone calls about 4 different like aspects of like maybe we'll see either New York City or about the society as a whole. We have like 4 different perspectives.
Instead of ending at a phone call, it would take each place as one person.
Because I feel one day in a single room is yeah, it's hard to manipulate. I like the idea of having 5 different perspectives, and I think that having it in a short time of like, so if you
you can consult them when you're at home.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of boring. It's just like
no, it'll be before, like it'll be the day starting before and after phone call, and then like we'll end like.
oh, I see.
Yeah, and, like we have like a time before it, interactive, and then the people they have to go and then they like after they hang out, and then like we'll have some kind of like after effects, and then like after you tell the story, and then we understand the position.
Yeah.
And then. It's more of a just, I think it's more of a showing, right?
Yeah, it's like more of a
yeah, showing their stories. So it would end with like standard like showing his life story and then just
oh, okay. And the point is that we have to tell the story.
this like this
all these 5 people.
like 5 different people.
Within the context of the song.
Yeah, and you tell like how kind of it's more of just I think like how you tell like their life, how they did. You have like people who are poor, rich, like yeah, like.
And then we tell it within the time span.
Yeah. So it'll be like a short time where you have like moments that.
You can interact around the room and it'll tell you things about it. Okay, let's do it really quick.
Alright, yeah.
Who's gonna present it? Okay, so. Wait, do you wanna like?
I work in games. Yeah, like I'm a good but I wasn't really but I want to work as a game designer. Yeah, but previously I worked more like the localization. So that's like translation and
Was it a studio we might know?
no, but you might know the game. Have you heard of the game? Have you heard of No, it's not the biggest game. Like Survivor Eternal.
Wait, Survivor what? Where else is it?
Turtles. I'll watch Survivor.
This is their newest title. The one I worked on is like
wow, that's very cool. Yeah.
I'm a bit of so I actually want to move into like computer science and architecture.
Alright, the time is up. It's time to pitch the idea you just come up based on the prompts. So we're going to do 15-second pitches because we only have 3 minutes left. Alright, anyone wants to go first? Go. Wait, let me set the timer.
Wait, is this a minute or
15 seconds. 15 seconds.
I was not known.
Oh, it's way better to wing it. It's great.
That's 15 minutes. Wait, let me tell So let me tell the prompts first.
Yes, what's the prompt?
Okay. And prompts. We got I'm not your average blank and blank out the window.
3, 2, 1, go.
So, I'm not your average window washer. Big glass building. Try to climb up the building and wash every single window, but people inside hate you and they're throwing things out the window, breaking them, and trying to knock you off.
You feel fun, you are Alright, who wants to go next? 15-second pitch. Alright, sure, we have a microphone here if you want to use it.
Should we just start the line?
Yeah, we could.
Hey, pick someone from your team and come get in line. Nope. So these will go super quick.
We need to see our turnovers, right?
Yeah, what's your prompt?
So our prompts were, let's keep it PG, speechless, and fingerful. So our game is a rhythm game like Just Dance, but it's for teaching kids ASL. So it like uses.
Wow.
Sign language, ASL, American Sign Language. It uses computer vision to detect if you're doing the right signs, and you get points for it.
It goes along with the music.
Yeah, it's a rhythm.
It's very hard.
There's mine. You go first.
Alright, sure. Alright, so we have a bunch of problems, so we just grab 2 of them, and we think that first, and we just put it together. So the first one is called to be blank and blank in New York City. And we have the second problem is that I said that we've been trying to reach you about your part extended warranty. So we combine these 2 together and 1, go. So we'd like to make a more visual novel RPG game that we connect 4 other people that getting scammed and one person scammer, and to connect their story to show their life story within the point of them getting called and then getting called, receiving call, and making the call.
Alright, our prompts were oops, all blank, and BEF, best enemies forever.
3, 2, 1, go.
So our game is a local couch co-op platformer where everyone is stuck in this dungeon. You have to get to the end to complete some tasks. The problem is that you can't get out as long as no one dies. At least one person has to die, so it's a mad rush to get to the end with your buddy and kill the other guys. But also be friends.
So our prompts were telekinetic input, sad goblin, and
Sad goblin.
I created you, not God.
3, 2, 1, go.
So this is a VR game where you use telekinetic powers to destroy an army of clay goblins that you created. And that's it.
Nice.
It's a kind of a sandbox kind of game. It's all sorts of telekinetic powers and something magic, and so we just throw things.
Nice.
Our prompts were supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Oh my god, I don't got this anymore. And the other prompt was, oh yeah, huh. So,
3, 2, 1, go.
taking those 2 prompts together, we've come up with a co-op puzzle game which involves moving around blocks to get to an exit. However, it is gated by a timer which becomes harsher and harsher, and you always need at least one player to keep winding back the clock so you have more time to solve the puzzle in the heat of a moment.
Thank you. Any remaining teams? If not, then that concludes our info session. Thank you so much for coming today. I hope to see you all in our picture. And if you have any questions, you can come up here and ask us.